Hello everyone, it's your girl Ray. Today we are going to talk about housing culture in Korea. I know it's notorious, so this episode will be your ultimate guide for finding houses for either renting or even buying in Korea. I'm going to even include some documents that could be essential for you and some culture aspects too. So no further ado, let's dive in. Korean housing culture reflects a unique blend of traditional values and modern influences. From traditional hanok houses to contemporary apartments, the evolution of Korean homes showcases the country's rapid development. Key features include efficient use of space, floor heating, which is ondol, our traditional heating system, a focus on functionality. The housing market in Korea is dynamic, with a high percentage of people living in urban areas and a preference for apartments. Depending on the type of house, you can divide housing in Korea. First, we're going to talk about 단독주택, which is detached houses. First, there are an average normal houses that we know, that houses built individually for one household to live independently. But then there's another thing. That's called multi-household homes. In Korean, 다가구 주택. Some detached houses include multiple households living independently within one building, and these are still considered detached homes. Another type of housing in Korea is multi-family housing. In Korean, it's called 공동주택. Those are houses designed for several households to live independently in one building, with each unit having a different owner, like apartments or townhouses. Nowadays, with increasing demand for apartments, housing prices are rising. As people concentrate in cities, the number of high-rise apartments is increasing. And more people now live in multi-family housing than in detached houses. Also, the growing trend of nuclear families and single-person households has increased the demand for smaller homes. Let's talk about housing arrangements. First type would be home ownership. Basically, you own and live in your own house, which is called 자가. And there's Jeonse. It means renting a house by giving a landlord a large deposit to live in the house for a certain period. Third option is monthly rent, paying a smaller deposit than for Jeonse and then making monthly rent payments. This option is usually more affordable than Jeonse. And the final option is 반전세, a hybrid of Jeonse and monthly rent. The deposit is larger than monthly rent but smaller than Jeonse. Now you know the home, so let's find a home. The key things to consider, the first things are, it is recommended to use a licensed real estate agent called 공인중개사 when searching for and signing a rent contract. When signing a contract, it is essential to check the property's registry called 등기부등본 to ensure there are no legal issues. After moving in, it's important to register your new address, and in certain cases, it is wise to get an official fixed date for security. And 등기부등본 is important for everyone. When you try to buy the house or rent a house, it's important. So let's take a look at them. When you look at the 등기부등본, first thing you can see is section 1, basic information. It said 표제부, 부동산의 표시. This section provides a general overview of the property. For example, an apartment's registry will indicate that it is a collective building, which is multi-family house, 집합 건물. Then the next section we're going to look at is section 2, ownership rights, 소유권에 관한 권리. This part shows who currently owns the property when ownership was transferred and if there are any legal claims such as foreclosure, 가압류. So you need to make sure that you're signing a contract with the same name that says this person owns this property. Section 3 is also important, non-ownership rights, 소유권 이외의 권리. This section lists other rights affecting the property such as mortgages or leasehold. It's essential to check this section, especially when signing a jeonse contract, to ensure the property is not under heavy debt and also to avoid double leasehold, which could be a scam. For example, if a mortgage company holds a claim on the property, you should assess the expected auction value in case of foreclosure. Now, at the bottom of the property registry, there is a summary section allows for a quick overview of all active rights in the property, called Summary of Active Rights, 말소되지 않은 권리 요약본. However, it's crucial to carefully review the full document, including sections 1, 2, and 3, to fully understand the property's history and potential risks. Normally, when you sign a contract, your real estate agent will print them out for you. But if you want to check it by yourself, you can visit the registry office and request the documents. If you want to check it online, then there are some criteria you need to meet. So if you fulfill the condition, then you'll be able to request it online too. Now let's talk about housing policies. I'm not going into too much details, but first thing, the government implements a lot of different housing policies to address housing shortages in cities and high property prices. Some programs allow people to buy or rent homes at more affordable rates. Some policies are there to support more people. Specific groups such as young adults, newlyweds, or people who's in need may receive rental support or access homes at lower rates compared to the market. Next, we'll talk about home choices by Koreans. What are the criteria they consider? We're going to talk about mostly common home choice criteria. First, locations. Is it close to work? Schools? Is it good neighborhood? Does it have good transportation connection? And there's price. Korean houses are relatively expensive. And if you live around a metropolitan area, it's more expensive. So consideration of purchase price or rent within budget is essential. And also size. Adequate space for family needs and lifestyle. And finally, there's amenities. Does it have access to local facilities, park, or has any shopping areas? These will be the most common criteria. And let's talk about moving culture in Korea. A little unique and a little different. First, we have handless days, meaning 손 없는 날. Traditionally, people believe that moving on specific days that free of bad spirit is ideal. Although not strictly followed nowadays, but many people still prefer to pick on their moving day on 손 없는 날. And second, there are housewarming gifts, but mostly this means rice cakes. In the past, it was common to give rice cakes to your neighbors after moving in, as a way of greeting them. But this tradition is less common today. And finally, we also have housewarming parties. I think this is common in other cultures too. So basically, you invite your friends, your family, to celebrate that you're moving into the new homes. And now let's talk about challenges. First, there's price. The first challenge is rapidly rising housing prices, especially in Seoul, causing affordability issues. Second, urban density. It is challenging that overcrowding in major cities leading to smaller living spaces and high-rise development. This also means that there are less and less people in small cities and rural areas. Finally, young generations have difficulties to enter the housing market due to high costs and job insecurity. There are other challenges in housing policies too, but I would say these three will be the major challenges in Korea. Finally, key takeaways for you. Korean housing culture is a dynamic blend of tradition and innovation. From traditional hanoks to modern smart homes, it reflects the country's rapid development. While challenges like affordability persist, there are also efforts to bring sustainability and technology, which are shaping the future of Korean housing. I hope this video was helpful for you to find your home in Korea. Thank you for watching.